had something a little bit different for breakfast this morning. It's called an egg slut. Yes, egg slut, that's what it's called. It's a long ways from cowboy cooking, but it's pretty darn good, and I think you might enjoy it. Well, since it's called sriracha mayo, I guess it's not all that much of a secret anyway, but I'm just going to make one sandwich this morning, so that ought to be more than enough mayo there. And I found from taste tests that it seems to suit me best at about 1 part sriracha and 3 to 4 parts mayo. I want something that announces itself as being there, but it not set my shorts on fire. Yep, about right. The other prep work that needs to be done before we start cooking is fix the green onions. You want to cut off some of the blades here, the part that you normally throw away anyway, and gather them up and julienne cut them lengthwise. Get my hand in the way of the camera there, but I can't help it. It's what happens when you're right-handed in a left-handed world, where the camera is always on the left. That's going to be the garnish for them. A little olive oil in the pan here. The way the name came about for this was, according to him, he decided that he needed to branch out. He was a chef in Los Angeles, and he wanted to branch out into his own business, and the way to get started in that is a food truck. So we've got a food truck, and with 60,000 other food trucks in the LA area, he was trying to find a name that was descriptive but odd enough that people would remember it. And he came up with Egg Slut. And they asked him how did he come up with that, and he said, I don't know, I was probably drunk at the time. Which is probably true. It's like one time I stopped in a little restaurant across the street from the courthouse in a small town. As I walked in there and sat down on one of the red leatherette covered stools at the counter, the waitress shoved a cup of coffee and a water in front of me and said, better order your eggs scrambled, honey. The cook's drunk. And a lot of things I think happen when people are drunk. Not all of them good though. Now, in his sandwich, he used Spam, cut 2 slices of Spam. But since I reached my lifetime limit on exposure to Spam while I was in the Army, I'm making it out of chopped ham here, which I got at the deli, which is basically the same thing as Spam, only without the other flavorings in it. So we're going to let that start getting hot here. Well, I think it's probably cooked on that side. Oh yeah. Turn it over here. And I've toasted this spot roll on the cut side. I don't know why he said do not ever toast the back side. And you know, if you don't have these spot rolls, you can use the heels off of loaves of white sandwich bread, the part that nobody likes. Or I suppose you can make it on round buns if you wanted to. It's a square sandwich in a round world, but after all, it came from California, so what else is new? And put the meat on there. Now the next thing is two eggs. And you want to break the yellow of the egg. Swing the camera around there rather than turn it off and back on. And break those. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. And let that cook until the white is done, but the yellow doesn't have to be done. We'll round it up to where it's more or less square here. I think I'll put the lid on it to help it cook a little better. Well, that looks about right. Done enough. The top bun will soak up the yellow of the egg there. Salt, pepper, and the garnish of green onions on top of it. Most people wouldn't think that'd work, but you know, it works really well. And there it is, ready for breakfast. I'm going to go over here at the table and try that sucker. Well, there it is on the table, ready for breakfast. Looks and smells real good. Well, this is it. Let's see the ultimate test on it. That's a bite of egg. Tastes like egg, of course. That sauce, you realize it's there, but it doesn't overpower it. And those green onion blades they're okay. Never had anything like that before, never thought of it. But they really add something to it. I can see why it'd be a winner. He's successful enough that he's built 2 brick and mortar restaurants now. Named them both Eggslut. If you got a good name, go with it. He might even go into franchising, who knows. But this is a really easy breakfast to make. And if he was set up, I would imagine he could whip these out in about 2 minutes in and out of the kitchen. I hear the coffee maker's telling me it's ready. So I think I'll get me a cup of coffee and finish this sandwich. And you ought to think about making one. They're really good. Wouldn't think so, but everything works on it. Well, got my cup of coffee here. You know, this is a Starbucks cup. It's the closest thing I've ever had to Starbucks. I just can't bring myself to give $4 for a cup of coffee. It just goes against everything that I've ever known all my life. Coffee should not cost $4. I think I got this cup at a garage sale or something for 50 cents, which is about what a cup of coffee should cost. Get back to this sandwich. Eight o'clock on a Sunday morning, and a great sandwich. Really surprised me how good it really is. I hear my wife getting up. I'll fix her breakfast now. She's a sleepy head on Sunday mornings. And I've already made a video. So have a good day, and God bless all of you, and God bless Texas.